right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to break down this really powerful idea about freedom, creativity, and purpose. And it all comes from the Hustler's 10-minute-a-day challenge. And, it kicks off with this kind of surprising take on what an ending really is. So let's get right into the heart of it. The whole mindset here is about totally reframing what feels like a finish line. It's not the end. It's never the end. It's the starting line for the next journey, the one where you're calling the shots. Okay, so that idea of a new journey leads us right into our first big topic. And it's a heavy one, but it's so important. The clock is ticking. We're talking about how a real sense of urgency, even thinking about mortality, can just completely flip how we see the time we've got. I love this metaphor he uses. Think about a really gloomy, cloudy day, right? The sun didn't just disappear. It's still up there. It's just being blocked by the clouds. And that's exactly like our own potential. You might feel blocked, you might feel stuck, but that doesn't mean your fire is gone. You're still there. And then to really drive this home, you just have to look at the world around us. You open up a news tab and boom, you see these tragic headlines. Stories of lives ending way too soon. It's just this brutal, in-your-face reminder that, tomorrow is not a promise. And that's the whole point, right? It forces you to ask yourself a really tough question. When that clock is ticking, what are you going to leave behind? What are you doing with the time you have left? It really makes you think. So what happens when this idea really sinks in? Well, a lot of the time, that sudden, almost shocking realization, that's the spark. That's what actually triggers some massive, profound change. There's this fantastic movie reference here, Joe versus the volcano. You've got this guy, Joe, living this awful, boring, gray life. He hates his job, everything's a drag. Then a doctor tells him he only has a few months to live. And just like that, a light bulb goes off. He gets it. Time is limited. So what does he do? He goes on this wild adventure, looking for real experiences, real meaning. And that really is the key takeaway. It's not comfort that pushes us to change. It's the opposite. It's realizing our own mortality. That's the light bulb that comfort will never, ever give you. It's what wakes you up. Okay, so we've talked about mortality and purpose. How in the world does this connect to online marketing and creativity? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about the freedom to explore. The source calls out this one-trick pony mindset you see everywhere. Mentors who only teach their one specific way of doing things. It just kills creativity. It's like being in a really predictable, boring relationship. You forget there are other ways to live, other things to try. The whole idea here is that real freedom comes from having a wide field of view, from exploring. And he doesn't just talk about it, he does it. Right in the middle of everything, he sees a sponsored ad for this new AI tool and just clicks on it. He starts exploring it live. That's what he's talking about. Not just sticking to what you know, but actively discovering what's out there. But as he's checking out the pricing, he hits a wall. And it's something that drives a lot of creators crazy. The whole system is based on credits. You pay for a certain number of actions, and every video you make eats up those credits. It just immediately feels limiting. And this leads to a pretty blunt statement. Credits are one of the words that I've learned to hate. And you can see why, right? It's a trap. It goes completely against that idea of freedom we've been talking about. How can you truly explore and experiment if you're constantly worried about running out of credits? Okay, so this whole thing with the credits, it's not just about pricing. It opens up a much bigger, much more important idea. It's about how we should think about the technology we use, especially AI. It's the difference between a tool and a servant. This is the core concept right here. On one side, you have the servant. This is the AI that does everything for you. It completely automates the process. And yeah, that sounds nice, but it makes you mentally lazy. On the other side, you have the tool. A tool assists you. It hands you the hammer and nails, but you're still the one building the house. It empowers you. It doesn't replace you. And this is such a great point because it completely blows up the whole automation fantasy that everyone's chasing, the dream of having everything done for you. So he asks this killer question. Okay, fine. Let's say you get it. You have all this free time. What are you going to do with it? Because let's be real, the reality is that freedom without purpose, that's not freedom at all. It's a prison inside your own head. You just end up bored, restless, and feeling totally unfulfilled. An idle mind with nothing to build is a dangerous thing. So if the goal isn't just to sit around and do nothing, what is the purpose of freedom? Well, let's look at a practical workflow that actually puts this idea into action. Okay, so check this out. The process he prefers is super active. First, you use a tool to generate a ton of images, like 50 or 60 of them. Then, you bring those assets into an editor. You become the director. You're picking the best scenes, cutting them into little clips, and then piecing it all together. You're in charge, making creative calls every step of the way. And that's the whole shebang right there. The fun isn't just having the finished video. The fun is building it. That's where the purpose is. The act of creation is the reward. So all of this, it all boils down to one final, very practical decision. It's about how you choose to invest in your own creative process, how you choose to own your creativity. And this chart just lays it all out perfectly. You've got the renting model over here, monthly subscriptions, those credits we hate, you're constantly paying just to play. Then you have the ownership model. You pay one time, you can create unlimited stuff, and you have it for life. It's really that simple. Are you renting a servant, or are you owning a tool? And that's what we're left with. This is the big question for all of us right now. What does true freedom actually mean? Is it having everything done for you? Or is it having the unlimited power to do it yourself? To build something that is 100% yours? Something to think about.
Freedom ain't the weekend. It's a mindset. It's that moment you realize your time is the real currency. We don't clock out. We cash in on purpose. Welcome to Freedom Friday.
Monday start with vision, Friday end with proof. I ain't built no luck, I built the truth. 17 weeks, no breaks, no flinch. Consistency, my cloth, can't tear an inch. The grind feels sacred when you know your lane. Turn struggle to syllabus, pressure to gain. I used to chase weekends, now I own my days. Design my time, redefine pay. Boss of my rhythm, freedom in sight. Every scroll I wrote got another so right. They talk hustle, but they miss the plan. Work for peace, that's the real demand. From the live to the link to the legacy taught. I ain't sold out, I sold thoughts that bought. Every small trickle now flows like rain. Freedom Friday, I broke those chains.
It's Freedom Friday, we made it through the grind. Oh yeah, time to free your peace of mind. Let go that fear, we rise and strive. Strong all we rise.
I earn my rest cause I earn my grind. Peace ain't cheap when you bought your time. Every no I heard was a lesson taught. Every delay was a seed I bought. From comment credits to crowns of faith. Freedom Friday ain't a date, it's a state. Made discipline sexy, consistency cool. I ain't follow they trend, I rewrote the rule. Hustle, berry, sing the souls back home. While I talk numbers on the microphone. Edutainment the vibe, we built this bridge. Music meet money on the same bridge. Friday ain't weak, it's strong by design. Freedom the fruit of a disciplined mind. Celebrate now, we ain't done by far. We ain't chasing weekends, we chasing stars.
It's Freedom Friday, we made it through the grind. Oh yeah, time to free your peace of mind. Let go that fear, we rise and strive. Strong all week now.
They say the grind don't sleep, I let peace work shift. I ain't burnt out, I refine my gift. Scroll after scroll, turn story to seed. Now faith pay interest on everything I lead. I ain't waiting on Friday to feel alive. Every day now got that freedom vibe. No clock in, no boss tone calling. Self-made CEO of my morning. Used to measure worth by the payday sums. Now I measure peace by how calm I become. From dark weeks to bright ends we grow. Freedom ain't luck, it's what we know. Built my legacy off discipline, say. Now every Friday feels like heaven's pay. Hustle, bear, legendary, harmonize. Freedom Friday, we monetize the rise.
It's Freedom Friday. Made it through the grind. Oh yeah. Time to free your peace of mind. Strong all week now. Watch us fly. It's Freedom Friday. We built this up. We built this life. We built this life.
Okay, family, I just finished the live for today. And if you missed today's live, you still have an opportunity. All you have to do is join the Hustleverse, which is my private Facebook group. It's absolutely free. If you're interested in learning about affiliate marketing and want to know how to build a fun and creative online business or online experience as a whole, you need to be inside the Hustleverse. Today we learn a very, very secret, specific way of creating content that is seemingly effortless. So if you want to learn what that secret is, all you have to do is comment hustle, and I will send you an exclusive access link to join us inside the private group. See you on the inside.
They be asking, what work? I'm like, you count wins. I'm counting reps. Everybody, hey, hey. Everybody want that one post hit, that one clip that make the whole thing flip, but they don't see what it really take. All the misses that you had to make. I dropped 1, 2, then lost count. No results, I still stayed down because I knew what they couldn't see. Every rep was building me, not random work, not guessing blind. Each real sharp in how I design. Hooks got tighter, timing got clean. I learned the game from in between. All them uploads, all that grind was laying bricks in the back of my mind. So when one finally caught that spark, it wasn't luck, it was built in the dark. Consistency, got a body count. Consistency, got a body count. Every rep, step. I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepared was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen, you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, we are live. We are live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is Strong 41, day 5, and we are right at 15 minutes into today's challenge. So I hope that you guys have been taking action. I hope you've been making the right decisions. I hope day by day you're building up your confidence and you're also building up your skills. Now, one thing feeds on the other, and each time one thing feeds on the other, it becomes a perpetual motion. So the more confident you feel, the more you want to actually learn. The more you learn, the more confident you actually get about what the future is going to hold for you. Now, me, I'm, I'm not going to keep you guys too long today. And it's because I'm so excited by the latest developments in AI technology. It's moving fast. Every single day, just about every single day, it seems like there's new developments, there's something new that's coming out, there's something that's going away. So we learned a couple of days ago that OpenAI is doing away with Sora. So they're no longer going to be using Sora. You're not going to be able to create videos with Sora any longer. Now, will they come out with a new video type of platform? I'm not sure. But what we do know is they are moving forward with what they feel as though is their main core business model. And for right now, AI generated videos is not OpenAI's main source of business, in their opinion. So everything that you think you know about AI has been changed a little bit. Now, not only in the AI industry, in the AI world, but just this week, we've seen some changes in social media. Now, not exactly changes as of yet, but new developments. Meta, the case with Meta, the fact that they've been sued and, parents have brought them to court over the idea that Meta is, responsible for a lot of issues with the kids, with teenagers, with influencing them to, either get bullied, or suffer depression, um, and do harmful things to themselves. So the ruling has come down, and the judgment is holding the social media platform responsible for a lot of the situations that's going on with the youth of today. So with that judgment, it's not just going to be a financial judgment where, Meta has to pay out some money, but it's going to set the stage for what's going to happen next when it comes to social media. Now, I expect that going forward, there's going to be some more guardrails put up. There's going to be some more safety measures to help people, navigate this new world. And specifically when it comes to AI, AI is taking over so much that I know AI is going to be a major part in making these developments come to fruition. So, whatever changes is going to occur, just know that there are going to be changes and you have to be ready for them. And part of being ready for them is making sure that you stay in the know, that you are doing your research, that you are, you know, not staying narrow minded in what it is that you feel as though you need to learn. I know we all have our products and services and our coaches and mentors, and they teach specific things. They want you to know about, hey, one particular thing that they feel it would be the most helpful. But you personally, you have to have an open mind and be willing to explore, because success comes where exploration goes. If you find a new technology, if you find a new way of doing things, 99 times out of 100, that's possibly the avenue that a person needs to take in order to become successful. They say there's nothing new under the sun. That's true. But there's always a new advancement. There's always a new way or a better way of looking at the same old thing. Tires have changed over the decades, over the centuries. The wheel, they say you can't recreate the wheel, right? It's perfect just the way it is. Well, some people figured that, hey, a tire, instead of it just being round and, being able to roll, that's cool. You put it on a car, that's fine. But somebody came up with the idea that you might want to put different types of grooves within the tire so that it's better capable of dealing with certain weather. You have tires that's made for rainy weather. You have tires that's made for snow. And you have tires that's made for whatever type of situations you might face if you trying to rock climb and you're in the desert somewhere and there's, all kinds of terrains. There's somebody that has looked at that wheel and they've come up with a way to recreate it or to better yet update it. So today I want to talk about updates. There's been so many updates within the last couple of weeks. For one, we know that with our amazing system, which is represented by this second line, what I consider to be the second line in the most valuable document in all of online marketing, this opportunity has gotten a major facelift. So just about everything has changed and has changed for the better. We have a new website. We have new products and services. We have new ways of interacting with our community. We have a community within our website so that we don't have to use external sources, for example, like Facebook or Instagram or whatever else, because those platforms are platforms that you kind of just rent space on. And what you find in a lot of cases is that if you rent space on a certain platform, there could be some consequences. You fall victim to, censorship, not being able to say what you want to say, feel how you want to feel. And, depending on the owners of the company or how they feel, you could actually lose your account based off of your personal beliefs and views. So you always need to have something that you can control and own yourself. Now, if you're not the type of person that has the financial means in order to create an amazing system, create your own platform, then you can at least do one simple thing, and that's going to help you. Something that just about everyone has access to, but they don't use it in the right ways every time. When it comes to building an online business, one of the most important tools that you have access to and people kind of neglect is your email list. Your email list. Now, I know some people that are amazing at using the emails. They follow up with emails, they write emails, and for them, it's a natural habit. It's a natural occurrence to send an email, receive an email, and follow up using that form of communication. Now, for others, they might not check their emails on a daily basis. I know I'm one of those people that I get bogged down with so many emails, so much spam messages and things like that, but I try to sift and sort through as much as possible to get to the valuable information. But as an online marketer, email marketing is essential. It's one of those bridges, that bridge the gap between you and your audience and being able to have a direct connection with them. So whether or not you get blocked on a social media platform, or somebody feels as though you've said or done the wrong thing and poof, your account is gone, you can still engage with your community by sending them a email saying that, hey, I'm over here now, I'm over there now, this is our new meetup spot. So a lot of developments, right? Once again, we have a new website, we have new AI tools that we can use within our system. And I'm looking at this document, and within this document, we have a couple new amazing developments with some tools, or one specific tool that we have access to and that we use on a daily basis. And it's one tool that is basically, it's got me excited. And it's one of the reasons why I don't even want to stay on the live for too long. Now, I want to ask you guys this. Have you ever been part of an opportunity, or, worked at a job or did something that you enjoyed and loved so much that you just couldn't wait to get back to it? That's rare, right? It's rare that you have an opportunity, a job or anything that you do that you just, when you go to sleep, you dream about it. You want to wake up early just so you can get back to it. And it's something that, you know, you do for an income possibly, but you would still do it even if you wasn't getting paid to do it. It's something that you absolutely just love. It's something that fuels you. It's something that gives your life a purpose. It makes you feel like You're waking up every day with a specific purpose, right? So every day I get to go live and share with you guys the amazing opportunity of affiliate marketing, online marketing, what I consider to be the best industry around when it comes to being able to learn valuable skills, start an online business with as little investment as possible, with as little restrictions as possible. You don't need a license for this, you don't need a license for that, you don't need a huge startup capital. Matter of fact, if you join us in our amazing system, it only requires you to invest a minimal $7 to get started, and you can actually build from there. And depending on the tools that you need, you can acquire those tools as you move forward. So the barrier to entry is basically minimal. It's about the cost of a cup of coffee, a cup of gourmet coffee in a lot of places. So there's really no excuse from a financial standpoint. Now, time, effort, and your willingness to commit and be consistent when it comes to building an online business, that right there is something that solely stays with you. It's your ability, your willingness to do what's necessary. And part of what I like to do, and well, the reason why I do the Hustlers 10 Minute a Day Challenge, there's a few different reasons. So the first reason is to help you with the problem and the issue of consistency. So I don't just go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. EST time, consistently for the last 41 strong weeks, right? Just for my health. I do it for my health, yes. For my business health, for my mental health, for the health of my consistency. Now, consistency is one of those key words that helps separate the successful people from the unsuccessful people when it comes to this online industry. Now, if I was to take off a day, that might mess with my consistency. That might make me fall into a trap of, hey, I missed one day, and it wouldn't hurt if I missed another day. And, tomorrow I might show up, but I might show up a little bit later. Things like that, that inconsistency factor that plagues a lot of people. Now, the point is, we want to help you build that consistency muscle, and we want to help you do it in a fun and creative way. So I just scrolled down to the access point of one of my favorite AI tools. And I want to talk to you guys about it today because it has just gotten a whole lot better. We're talking about upgrades. Like I said, this past week, couple of weeks have been a week of, upgrades and transformations and all kinds of things, right? And this one right here, I just came across yesterday. Is that new? Is that fresh when it comes to the updates? And I want to just pull back a blog article directly from the source itself. So on suno.com in their blog section, they announced just yesterday, March 26th, Sono version 5.5. More expressive, more you. Now, this right here is going to be another one of those game changers. So you think about reinventing the wheel. Well, they created their own wheel and they just put the grooves in the tires, so to speak. They just made it so that you can drive on rainy terrain, snow filled terrain, whatever it is that you want to move on. They just updated this product to the point where, you know, it's starting to become an unlimited opportunity tool. So introducing Suno 5.5 with voices, custom models, and my taste. Now, I haven't read this article yet, but I have, jumped right into using the tool. See, some of the things that we do traditionally in real life, we can still do those with the online world, right? You know how you go buy a product from the store And the first thing you do is you unbox it, you put it up on the counter or whatever it is, and then you start getting to work. You start using it. We often bypass the instructions. The manual usually sits there in the box, and then we don't go back to the manual unless we find a problem. Like, hey, we can't figure something out directly. But usually the manual just sits. Well, it, it's usually at the top of the box, right there. As soon as you open it up, it's right there. But we just take that manual, put it to the side, and we get right to the product. That's how I am when it comes to online marketing and everything like that. I like to get to the work. I can look at the manual, but it's kind of boring to me, unless once again you find the issue. But I want to share this with you today because this blog article is kind of like the manual. It's going to give you some information as to what are the new developments and what you can come to expect and why I'm actually so excited. And I gave you guys a little sample, a little tidbit of the new advances. So that intro video, one of those videos, you know, that song, that consistency got a body count. That's one of the latest songs that I created using this amazing tool. And I can hear somewhat of the difference the upgrade has made. So I'm listening to the sound and some of the joints that I done made. I'm listening to the beats. I'm like, these beats are crazy. Now, depending on what you like or your style, your taste, that's on you. But me personally, I'm listening, I'm creating music, and it started to give me that feeling. It started to give me that feeling of being back home. It started to give me that New York, that hip hop type of vibe. They say that AI doesn't have a soul, but somebody, somebody, whoever programming it, they're putting their all into it. I don't know why Timberland pops up into my mind, but he's one of those proponents, one of those strong advocates for this particular tool in AI music. I don't know if Timberland has something to do with, you know, the technical aspects and, feeding it, helping it get better with the sound. But if he has anything to do with it, then I want to thank him for whatever whatever participation he has within the amazing system, right? But the engineers, the programmers, whoever, they are doing their job and they just came out with something that is getting better and better. Now, just to read a little bit of what this release says. Today, we're releasing Suno version 5.5, our best and most expressive model yet, alongside features that let you showcase your musical identity on Suno, voices, custom models, and my taste. As we announced last year, we're opening a new chapter in music creation in partnership with artists and the music business. So if you've been following, you know, a lot of people have had mixed reviews and opinions about AI generated music. Some people, is understandable based off of what position you have within the industry. If you're a music artist, you might feel as though, hey, this is something new that's infringing upon your craft. Now, if you're a record label owner, you might look at this as, hey, a way that you can get away from having to use real artists. Now, we look at the industry and we see not just in the music industry, but overall in the Hollywood space or in the entertainment space, there's so much negative aspects of it, and it's usually related to people that are doing certain things, that are living their lives a certain way, and in ways that is not conducive to a healthy society. I'm gonna say that. And we try to in some cases look past whatever it is that these people are doing, and we try to focus on just the art. Somebody can write an amazing song, have an amazing catalog of work, and then we find out that they've been engaging in certain activities, and now we like, man, your music is cool, but I can't support you as a person. can't support this, that, and the third that you're doing. And it seems like it's spreading throughout the industry, not just the music industry, but entertainment industry as a whole. And I think when it comes to AI generated content, period, it helps eliminate a lot of those types of issues. Now, I'm looking, I wouldn't say looking forward to the day, but I'm seeing a day and a time where there's going to be some very popular AI uh, content creators, meaning there's going to be people who are using tools such as Suno, creating their AI music avatars, creating amazing music that they build up a large fan base with, right? And then stories will come out about the actual person that created the avatar. Those people will become the famous people, the directors, the whatever you want to consider them to be. And those people, they might start to, create some financial wealth for themselves based on their AI avatars. And they might start to get a little crazy and freaky and start doing all kinds of weird stuff. And then you start hearing about those people. And I think that's when the game is going to start getting a little weird at that point where, you know, you're looking at it like, hey, my favorite AI music avatar creator is doing weird things, but I still love the music, right? I, I I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about all of these things that could occur. There's always a positive and there's always a negative. But usually when creativity meets a financial end, when it meets the road where finances start to play and people are starting to earn a lot more money, that's when personalities and certain characteristics of people start to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then people start to do things that people do, right? So, but besides that, that's sometime in the future. It might not be too far off, but for now, let's 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 go back to focusing on the tool, on the tools itself. These tools are going to one day be so lifelike, so functional in a way that it's going to replace a lot of humans when it comes to creativity. It's going to feel like, you know, is this real or is this AI? You're not going to know the difference. And Suno, with his latest development, is pushing the boundaries to you not knowing whether or not this is an AI song or whether or not this is a real artist. Now, whether you like it or not, it's here. And me personally, I love it. I, I absolutely love it. I have no particular loyalty to any particular artist because, once again, people have flaws. Some of your favorite artists might have some flaws, and you might not need to support them based on those flaws. Even though they might create the best music you ever heard or whatever, this, that, and the third, they might have some character flaws that you don't want to particularly be supporting in a specific way. Or you might be the type of person that just says, hey, I'm going to look past that and I'm going to keep rolling with them. But now the game has changed. So it says here, where did I leave off? So as we announced last year, we're opening up a new chapter in music creation in partnership with artists in music business, in the music business, right? So the capabilities we're putting in place today: voice fidelity, personalized sound, custom models, lay the foundation for the next generation of music models we're launching with the music industry later this year. So sounds like it's going to be even more developments towards the end of this year. So this version 5.5 seemed like it's the lead up to, the next, of course, developments, which it sounds like to me by the end of the year there will be possibly the version 6. So, the full upgraded version to the next level. Now, the good thing is that, well, depending on how you look at it, they're partnering with the music business. So they're getting insights. But of course, with getting insights and partnerships, there's certain things that, people have to agree to and not agree to. So we'll see and we'll hear about the developments in that. I think one of the major things that I see in this update and the fact that, even the AI music industry, they've been under scrutiny and had lawsuits as to, you know, if they're training their AI on real people's copyrighted information or not. And I believe that there are companies that are trying to resolve this issue and make it clear that, hey, we're not trying to infringe or copyright on anybody's particular sound or their composition when it comes to their music. So this is the safeguards or the safety rails that's being put in, right? So it says here, voice fidelity, personalized sound, custom models. So the one thing that I noticed about this new update, and one of the things that they're really promoting, is the voices. Now you have the ability to upload your own voice and use your own voice to create these songs. So now the issue of whether or not you sound like a famous artist or your AI avatar sounds like a famous artist, that right there could be put to rest because now you can use your own vocals, your own voice, and they will create the music around it. So, me personally, I don't rap for a profession, I don't sing as a profession, but I have so many recordings of my audio. I've done so many lives, right? I've done so many trainings. I've spoken so many times that I can take some clips of me speaking, upload it to Suno, and have it create my very own persona that I can use. And I can go back to my other favorite tools, which is ChatGPT, and I can have it help me craft the perfect lyrics for whatever it is that I want to say. And I can create songs with my own voice. That right there is powerful. That's one of the best developments within this industry so far. And once again, that's what's helping separate uh, this tool from a lot of other tools and being able to resolve the issue of copyright issues and things that I know they personally had to have spoken to and went back and forth with people in the music industry. This is probably one of those deals or deal breakers that they had to make in order to be compliant or be looked at as, some people that we can do business with. So it says, from the beginning, we've built Suno around a simple belief. The best music starts with a human. Our tools exist to expand what people can create, to amplify the instinct, taste, and feeling that only a person brings to music. Version 5.5 is our deepest expression of that belief so far, a model that doesn't just help create music, but fully reflects the person making it. So you see people, person, people, using words like that. So they trying to separate themselves from, hey, this isn't just, AI doing crazy stuff. This is real people putting forth real effort in order to create real music and real results. So they don't want to hear the argument anymore about AI stealing and doing this, that, and the third. No, it's not AI stealing. If anybody's going to be blamed for stealing now, it's going to be people, real humans, the person. If you sound like somebody else, hey, that's just how your voice is. That's just you. That's your personal voice. So if somebody says there's an issue with that, what can you do about it? Can't make you change your own voice, right? But we'll see. what develops going forward. And I'm just going to read this last part. And you guys definitely, I want to encourage you to go to Sono's website. This article was just released yesterday. So, depending on when you're watching this live, today is the 27th of March. This article dropped on the 26th. So, not even a full 24 hours ago. So, go read it. And hey, like I said, it's like a manual. I know some people want to bypass the manual, go straight to the tool. I would say go straight to the tool and start getting to work. But it says here, this update also reflects something we're seeing more and more artists, producers, and music professionals are using Suno as part of their creative process. Yeah. So those people that was complaining, those people that, hated the AI and stuff like that, some of those people are coming around. A lot of those people, they're still resistant because for whatever reason, hey, got engineers and producers, hey, checks aren't getting cut. Oh, you don't want to give me a beat? Okay, I don't need your beat. I can sign up for Sono and I can generate as many instrumentals as I need for my latest project, and I can rap over that. If I'm a real artist, I can rap over that. I got my own beats, so I don't need the studio engineer to create the beats for me. Oh, you don't want to master and do this, that, and the third? Okay, cool. Hey, we got tools within that can help us create a better sound if you want to take it to that level. Okay, so oh, you don't want to feature on my song or whatever. You don't want to feature on the track. Okay, that's cool. I'll create my own AI persona, create a verse. I'll put in my own verse or whatever using my own voice. Oh, oh, you want to charge me how much an hour for studio time to record? Hmm. Huh. Well, I'm gonna stay in my bedroom, my living room, my kitchen. I'm gonna pull my cell phone out or my laptop out, and I'm just gonna get to work, and I'm gonna do it for a minimum cost. Now, I believe in a lot of cases that's what most of the issues is. The idea that it's taken away from someone's financial means. Like I said, once when creativity mixed with finances, people start looking at things a little bit, differently. Once when it starts affecting your pockets and it starts affecting possibly your lifestyle, then, you know, I think just about anybody would be upset. Just imagine, you loving and you enjoying AI, you doing so much great things with it. You go to work one day and they tell you that, hey, they're laying off a whole bunch of people because they start using the latest AI tool. Then you yourself, you might start saying, man, this AI shit is going crazy. Like, man, they need to do something with this. Well, with this in particular, this that affected my job. They need to do something. So I can understand that having an effect on a lot of people. So it says here once again that, they're using it for their creative process. And version 5.5 was built with them in mind because we believe the best version of Suno is one that works with everyone who makes music, from first time creators to working professionals. So this right here isn't leaving anyone out. And from the latest, you know, this latest model, and from what I've been able to create so far, I am looking forward to the next Hustleverse album. I'm looking forward to the next Hustle Bear album, the next Hustle Berry album, you know, everything else that's possible. Now, am I looking forward so much to using my own voice to create these songs? I'm kind of interested in that too. I don't know. That right there is a whole nother level. That right there is a little weird. Is a little bit weirder. It's one thing to say to yourself that you've created an avatar and you've created a sound for that avatar. You've given them a persona. So that's a that's a different person. That's kind of considered like your artist. But then to say, hey, that right there is actually me, and I'm listening to myself rap or sing in a way that I know I naturally can't do it. I think a lot of people will start doing that, creating their own music with their own voices, and then it's going to bug them out. They're going to try to sing the songs themselves and be like, "Damn, how is it that I can't hit it's me, but why can't I hit the same notes that my AI me can hit?" And that's going to be kind of crazy. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works and just hearing myself, because depending on where you're from or whatever, I think we've all thought that we could rap, we can sing, we can dance and everything like that. And we might have tried in front of people and people like, that's not it. That's not it. But now the possibilities are endless. So before I wrap up today, I just wanted to make this live and just talk about this amazing development because this is one of the key focuses that we talk about within the Hustleverse. This is a major part of the Hustler's 10-minute a day challenge. We create AI generated music. We create content that's designed to speak to our audience in a specific way. So the clearer we can make that message, the more crisp, the more, you know, sonically sound we can make it, the better we can, convert those listening ears to leads and possible customers for whatever products or services that we have to offer. So it's a win-win. That's how I look at it. It's a win-win. So now before I close out, right, because in just 7 minutes, there's going to be a live and it's going to be held by one of my business partners, Mr. Wayne Crow. And in this live at 10 a.m. EST time, it's called the Friday Fix, where you can ask Wayne anything. Now, it says here, ask Wayne anything. Wayne answers the most pressing questions inside the OLSP community every Friday at 2 p.m. UK time, but that's 10 a.m. EST time. And you'll be able to ask, how do you actually earn an income within this amazing system? There's people that have been making a lot of money, retirement money. People have been quitting their full-time jobs or being able to supplement their full-time income with this amazing system. And with all of the new developments, you could be the next person to take advantage. But that's only if you decide that you want to take part and that you want to learn the information and actually do the work required. So with that, we're going to close out. And I know I'm going to have just a couple more minutes, free after this to give me time to jump on that live to hear what are the questions that's being asked. Because if one person is asking a question, then it could be a question that 100 other people are having themselves, but they either they didn't make it to the live or they might not be part of this particular opportunity, but they might have a question that's related to making money online in general. And if we can get the answer from a expert, someone that's made well over 8 figures in this industry, then we can help answer that question for the next person who isn't available to attend the live. So with that, let's close out. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I want you to comment hustle if you're interested in partnering with me on whatever projects so that you can actually start to, build an online business in a fun and creative way. And yeah, that's what we do here in the Hustleverse. We keep creating, we keep making, that music, that content, and helping people with fun and creative businesses. So, with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next video.
up to silence. Dreams still heavy. Phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane. But I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's gain. That got me dancing with denial at night. Scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day, sounded small at first. But in silence, even whispers can quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink. Mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. Till my PayPal pinged and they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted. But now my bars turn pain into coated. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain. Cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, it's a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat I write, I'm freeing the ones with the pain they hide. 10 minutes ain't much, but it changed my name. Turned struggle into strength,